Or two.
Welcome, guys, to Late Night Live. Sorry, we had to take a few days off. We got a lot of, when you get demonetized and shadow banned and stuff like that, you got to take a little break because you won't show up in the algorithm. A lot of people have been unsubscribed, so we had to take a little break to try to let it calm down because it usually lasts like 24 to 48 hours, something like that. So anyway, we're back. I'm sure most of you guys caught all the FUBAR from the State of the Union. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We got a lot of subjects to talk about tonight. Let's start off with that. Did you see that Biden really gaffed up Obama's speech? He messed it up. Start off with Lincoln Riley. I'm going to show a video here that Marjorie Greene gave him a button and said, say her name, coining a term from George Floyd. So check this out.
Say your name, Mr. President.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. President. I know how to say the name.
Lincoln Riley.
Oh, do you know how to say the name? Do you? Well, let me show you this before he gaffs up her name. The drugs start wearing off. Check it out.
Not really. And he viewed it as a political. And he viewed it as a political information.
Can somebody decipher this for me right here?
And he viewed it as a political.
Is he speaking another language to the Chinese handlers or something?
And he viewed it as a political win for me and a political loser for him. It's not about him. It's not about me. I'd be a winner. Not really.
I'd be a teleprompter. He can't even read the teleprompter. Anyway, let me finish on with that little section there.
A winner. Not really. Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal.
Killed by an illegal.
That's right. But how many of thousands of people being killed by illegals?
How many thousands of people have been killed by illegals? So deflect. So we have the parents of Lincoln Riley there, and he botches her name, calls her Lincoln, and then says he was killed by an illegal, which is frowned upon by the left. They're like, oh, no, hold on, you can't say that. And then he says how many thousands are killed by illegal, just totally dismisses her death.
That's right. But how many of thousands of people being killed by illegals? To her parents, I say, my heart goes out to you, having lost children myself. I understand. But look.
So he can't even pronounce her name right, and somehow ended up making it about himself like he always does, and saying that he has lost kids. Correct me if I'm wrong. Joe Biden has never had a child killed by an illegal immigrant, correct? He always brings up Bo. Bo has died in every possible way that you can imagine. He's died in he never seen combat, but he died in combat. You name it. Bo has died in every possible way. He later comes back on and apologizes for calling the illegal immigrant an illegal and calls him a newcomer, and Donald Trump actually responds to this.
Don't know if you heard, because you've all been waiting online for 2 days. But just moments ago, this was just before coming up, they just told me prior to what I'm doing right now that Joe Biden went on television and apologized for calling Lincoln's murderer an illegal. He didn't want to call him illegal. He's apologized.
Yeah, he did that. He apologized for calling the guy an illegal, the illegal immigrant, illegal. Elon Musk then hit this on X. Does it seem odd to vote against deporting illegals who commit a crime? He's reposting Speaker Mike Johnson. 170 House Democrats just voted against the Lincoln Riley Act, refusing to require the detention and deportation of illegal immigrants who have been caught committing a crime. So we have this many people in Congress that are against sending criminals back to where they came from. Now, if this wasn't bad enough, if if Lincoln Riley was calling her Lincoln Riley was not bad enough, him apologizing for calling an illegal, and then this happened. One of the parents of the fallen during the Abbey Gate botch withdrawal from Kabul is one of the parents here of the fallen. He was arrested and charged with a misdemeanor for interrupting the speech, and he was yelling out Abbey Gate. Gold Star dad, and they arrested him and gave him a freaking misdemeanor of all things. Can you believe this? It's incredible. It's incredible, man. Joe Biden has to be the worst president. Like Jimmy Carter was known to be the worst president. Joe Biden has beat this guy leaps and bounds. He's the worst president in history. And I don't care how bad Donald Trump's tweets bothered you. Dude, I would vote for a rock, a literal rock. If they put a stone on the ballot and that's all I had to choose from him, that and Biden, I would choose a stone. I would. I'd choose a steamy dog shit before I chose Joe Biden. Literal. You put dog shit on there and Joe Biden, I would choose the dog shit. Not even kidding. He is there. You cannot mess the country up this bad without doing it on purpose. Like it is like they did like a redneck bonfire. He's pouring gasoline in a drum and lights a flare and throws that sucker in there. I mean, you can't do this bad. Anyway, we got a lot more stuff to cover. I do want to talk about something real quick because this is a great deal and an opportunity for one of you guys to have a one-on-one with me. And let me first start by saying this guy's comment right here, ProMan5498. Thanks, JR, for all that you've done. And we'll do thank you for all the Black Force discounts. Also, I'm 53. Go to the gym every other day. I do 3 laps in the pool, sit-ups and push-ups, alternating between laps. He's got a good workout regime going on. Regimen, sorry. Lastly, kick hard like you would while swimming for 5 minutes. My goal is to get off metformin, so I must be a diabetic. My doctor put me on that Ozempic and some statin that I refuse to take. I feel like a beast. I started off at 260 and dropped 25 pounds. 2 cups of coffee in the morning, mostly nuts and berries in a smoothie, glucerna drink, and sensible dinner for person half my size. I hope this helps someone. Doctor just put us on pills and shots, and it's what we put in our mouths and our lifestyle that determines our body health. Good luck, and let's get strong for each other. So a couple things here, and I'm posting this because he's obviously wanting to help other people in what he's found successful. Obviously, he's got a good supplement regime. You know, the statins and stuff like that, man, that can be very, very bad. A lot of bad side effects can come from those, Ozempic, these sort of things, metformin. All these things are, you know, man, obviously not being on a prescription drug, because that's what they want to do. Whenever you go to the doctor, they put you on a prescription drug, and instead of trying to cure you, they rather put you on some kind of pill. Okay. He drinks the coffee. I'm a big proponent of drinking black coffee. He's eating nuts and berries, so a smoothie, and then a sensible dinner. So he's drinking black coffee. He's eating nuts and stuff like that. He's drinking a smoothie and a dinner. Obviously great if you're trying to cut weight. That's something you want to do. Now he's talking about the supplements, and we've got a deal for you guys, because what we're doing is 40% discount on my 2 favorite supplements. This new one right here, Tonkat Ali with Turkesterone. And if you don't know what that is, Tonkat Ali is a natural testosterone booster proven by scientific literature. Turkesterone proven by scientific literature to build muscle. The Russians actually have been using this. This has been their secret for many years to get through the USADA or WASADA, whatever it's called, for the World Anti-Doping Agency. WADA, I think. World Anti-Doping Agency. This is what their Olympic athletes take, is Turkesterone. They have the most scientific literature about it, because it is a equisteroid, natural It's non-hormonal, so women can take it, men can take it. You don't have to worry about shutting down your natural testosterone. Tonkat Ali is going to increase the production of your natural testosterone. And berberine, I'm almost out of this bottle, but berberine, especially for guys that's trying to lose weight, if I can get this thing to focus. Berberine, I guess I don't want to focus. It's berberine. But if guys want to lose weight, this is also a great. Now, these two things together are amazing combo. Build muscle, increase testosterone, which also helps with body composition. You lose belly fat, build muscle. And then the berberine keeps your glucose levels down, because this is what happens as you get older, like me. You eat something, your insulin sensitivity is down. Your body produces more sugar when you eat carbs, and then you get fat. That's why whenever you're in your teens and 20s, you can eat whatever you want. You see these kids walking around eating cheeseburgers all day and they got a six-pack. It's because their insulin sensitivity. And so berberine combats that. These are my Power Pack Duo right here, Peak Performance Bundle, and we're going to give it to you 40% off. So $66 for both of these, and it'll change the game for you. But the other thing is, one person that buys this over the next 24 hours will get a phone call with me, a video call, and I'm going to help you develop a workout plan. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know, whatever you want to know, nutrition, the whole 9, workout, supplements, preparedness, being harder to kill. We can talk about survival, what have you. So one lucky person is going to get a one-on-one with me. So I'll put the link in the description below once we get done with this video, and you can check that out. Now let's keep going with the video. I keep like cutting out for some reason. Donald Trump has expressed his opposition to proposed legislation that might lead to a ban on TikTok in the United States. Earlier attempts have been made to ban that. In a recent statement on Truth Social, Trump criticized the potential ban, suggesting that it would unfairly advantage Meta and its CEO, Mark Zuckerberg. Trump said if you get rid of TikTok, Facebook and Zuckersmuck will double their business. He added that they were a true enemy of the people, and said he did not want Facebook doing better. But Trump previously wanted to ban TikTok himself. So, this is how strongly he feels about it. He feels so strongly about it now that he's willing to say not to ban it, because how terrible the freaking other social media companies are, and how they're manipulating. They're wanting to crush TikTok. I know for a fact Google's been struggling with it with YouTube. They're fighting, because that's why they created, and Instagram as well, creating the reels, the shorts, because TikTok is kicking their behind and they're losing money. So the other thing, though, is, since we're speaking about social media, you guys in Canada and you guys in America should be worried about it too. Have you heard about Bill C-63? C-63. It is a newly proposed Canadian legislation that would impose draconian measures to combat online hate speech. Now, whatever their definition of hate speech is, varies. You could be talking about Jesus Christ, and all of a sudden it's hate speech. True. Remember the guy that didn't want to bake the cake? Yeah. The draconian measures could be including up to life in prison for something you post online. Life in prison. So then this would obviously increase the government's control over free speech. And if it happens there, it's bound to happen here. They're going to love that. They're going to push that, because they know how strong social media is. Social media is the strongest tool. It's dominating mainstream media. They're sucking wind. They can't sell. Social media is selling more ad slots than mainstream media. So let me do this real quick. Yeah, they're selling way more. But going on, I've got some video here. Did you guys hear about this Army Sergeant Corbin Schultz, an intelligence analyst, with the 506 Infantry Battalion out of Fort Campbell. He was arrested and charged with selling classified information for $42,000 to a quote-unquote geopolitical consulting firm based overseas, which we know is a Chinese intelligence organization. Let's just be real. From June 2022 until his arrest, Schultz obtained and sold material on a variety of U.S. military weapon systems, including classified information related to the United States, potential plans to the event that Taiwan came under military drills and operations, and the future development of U.S. military forces, and studies on major countries such as China. Schultz also sent TTP manuals on the HH-660W helicopter, F-22-A fighter aircraft, and other information about various intercontinental ballistic missiles. This dude, in communication with the Chinese official, Schultz was open about his need for money. He said he needed to get his BMW back. You know, they've got the money, they can give it up, and we've got these people willing to do it. It's just like the other day when I talked about the lieutenant colonel, Army retired lieutenant colonel, that thought he found some mistress online that turns out to be a Chinese bot, and he was giving up information. Schultz also expressed a desire to compare himself to Jason Bourne. Now, let's see what Jason Bourne looks like. Let me get the video up. For some reason, dude, they keep kicking me off the server. The weirdest thing ever. But let's check out Jason Bourne here.
Here, actually. So I joined the Army to help out people because I love to help out people. It's one of my, some people would say, bad talents, but helping people out is possibly the greatest thing that I could ever do. My favorite part so far has been
helping out Chinese people. That's what he meant to say. He meant to say Chinese people.
Being in charge of the linguists, because even though I can't be directly down there helping out, I still know that I'm helping out families that are in need.
Chinese families that are in need. Let's be real, Schultz.
And helping their needs get met. I love being here, actually.
Okay, this is Jason Bourne, he says. The 108-pound version of Jason Bourne. He's a little could possibly have the flu right now. He looks a little pale, under the weather. But yeah, he's all about helping out Chinese families. Yeah, okay. China. But yeah, for $42,000, he sold his soul to China. How many more guys do they have on payroll like this, man? How many more guys? They're popping up right and left. How many assets do they have in country already? How many labs they have in country already? I've heard they're like in all 50 states. I've heard that. I don't know how credible it is. We've seen thousands come across the border with high and tight haircuts, standing at parade rests in black tactical uniforms like you see in the movies. Like the typical Chinese spy would look. That's how they're coming across the freaking border. And yeah. And Joe Biden is apologizing for calling them illegals. But how many guys in the military? I did a video 8 months ago about the Chinese intel. This guy's intel as well. He was an intelligence analyst. This other was an intelligence officer. He was literally a Chinese spy, trained Chinese spy. And we brought him over here on some kind of program. Like, we knew he was a Chinese national, brought him here and gave it up. How much more of this stuff's going on? They have people everywhere, dude. This stuff is so grim. Like, it is over. They're just waiting. They're just waiting to light the fuse, man. They're just waiting to light the fuse. And then, but the problem I have, though, is that the DOJs, they're not worried about those guys. You know who they're worried about? They're worried about you that went and bought a shotgun or bought a Bible. The federal government has been illegally surveilling and building profiles on Americans in a secret portal called DSAC for those who oppose firearm restrictions, lockdowns, vaccine mandates, and support border security. They're labeling domestic violent extremists. I'm not even kidding, guys. All of us right now, you watching right now, you're on that list. You're a domestic violent extremist. Look at this thing. So I'm going to come in here and read this. The potential for shifts in various policies, many DVEs is what they're calling them, may perceive a and power, influence, initiatives possibly including firearm legislation and the easing of immigration restrictions and new limits on the use of public land. Talking about the coup, and then you see the purchase of books, including religious texts, lone actor, homegrown violent extremist indicators. Buying a Bible is a indicator that you're a homegrown lone wolf violent extremist. If you're opposing the border being open, you're a domestic violent extremist. This is how bad our country has gotten. It is freaking gone. It's gone. Enough is enough. You want to protect your 2A rights. You want to keep people from coming into the country illegally and hurting Americans. You oppose getting taxed the hell out of. You go buy a Bible, maybe attend church on Sunday, and you're a domestic violent extremist. That's where we are. And they're not worried about the thousands of Chinese spies that we have in the country, the labs, the intel analysts is selling freaking secrets because he thinks he's Jason Morton. This is where we're at. That dude will probably get nothing. But you, because you don't want to wear a mask, you get fired from your job, get put in jail because you went to a high school football game without a mask on. And that's where we're at. Anyhow, guys, I wanted to show you these things. Let you be aware of them, obviously, because information is important. And don't forget, guys, go pick you up a stack. $66 for these, so 40% discount. And one of you guys will be able to get a one-on-one call with me. And I can't wait. I can't wait to get with you guys and talk to one of you guys face-to-face virtually. Anyhow, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see all you domestic violent extremists later. Take care. Stay frosty, stay strapped, and stay dangerous.